Welcome to Make Sense. Make it make sense with Auntie. Auntie is running a little late today. You could catch Auntie while you're at drive, while you're at home, or at work. Simply go to www.bfam1096.com and you can listen to the best indie hip hop uncensored at all times. That's right. We can say what the fuck we want to up in here. You can follow Auntie on Facebook at Make It Make Sense with Auntie, Aunti, everybody's favorite Auntie. This is a private group for responsible adults. Send us requests to join and we will approve it immediately. Again, that is on Facebook. Make It Make Sense with Auntie. Also on YouTube, you can follow at Make It Make Sense with Auntie on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell. You got to hit that bell because when you hit that bell, that's going to remind you every time we go live. So let's go ahead and get ready for this. It's Making It Make Sense with Auntie. Here's Auntie.
What's up, y'all? Ooh, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Hold on, we got to get the camera fixed. Don't kill me. I think we got it. Okay, we got it. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Running late. Welcome to Make It Make Sense with Auntie. Of course, I am Auntie. Oh, see, everything on track. But we here. We here. Ooh, busy. Again, Auntie is making it make sense. Thank you for tuning in to Make It Make Sense with Auntie. Of course, I am Auntie. I apologize for running late. Got a lot going on, so I've been working, and got caught up. Didn't realize time had done slipped by that fast. But before we get started, we want to do our everyday shout out. Shout out to BFAM. We have to shout out to them because it's already. I was just looking at my calendar and I realized that we're almost at the 2-year mark that Auntie has been a part of BFAM 109.6. So we're super excited for that at the end of this month. I am so excited. And when life gives you lemons, y'all can reach out to Auntie because Auntie been working. Listen, trust me. And I really appreciate each and every person that's tuning in that has reached out to me with the mentoring service. We are so ecstatic that everybody is becoming a part. Everybody is tuning in. Auntie is making traction. I'm very excited. Y'all can literally, what is it? The song they were saying, Google me. And I used to say that when I was like in trouble and doing stuff in the streets, but like literally y'all can Google me. But right now, if you are dealing with any health issues, have any skin conditions, eczema, HS, you can go ahead and reach out to Pedro over at the HS Soap Company. Trust me, you will not be dissatisfied. The products are amazing. Go ahead, go over to the website, make sure you place your order. They have mystery boxes, and I'm telling you, it is worth it for your skincare. I have HS, as y'all know, I am an HS warrior, and it can be hell, but I have found some relief. Also, make sure y'all reach out to my girl Rena Simone at Rena Simone Wellness. Trust me, whether it's the crystals or meditation, y'all go ahead and reach out to her for some spiritual healing on y'all spiritual journeys. I am so ecstatic to be here today. Yes, make sure y'all contact each and every one of our sponsors if you are looking for those particular services. We are looking for more sponsors to reach out. If you are looking for a custom designs or a consultation, you can reach out to Mr. Showat. That's why Auntie is literally out of breath because Showat got Auntie running around town trying to get the orders filled.
Auntie, real quick, do we need to show that girl, the missing girl, again?
Oh, actually, we do not. She has been found and she is home.
There
so we truly want to thank. Go. Yes, we thank God that yes, she is home and healing. We're gonna get, you know what I'm saying? So whatever she was dealing with, she is home. She got a peace. We are truly thankful. Baby girl is home. And so we're gonna give the family time to, but she came home a few days ago. So we are super excited about that. And we are glad that she knows that she does have a whole village surrounding her. So, you know what I'm saying, that when she's dealing with it, and that goes to everybody. If you are dealing with something, and we all are dealing with something. I'm gonna just say that everybody in the world is dealing with something right now, and I hear stories all the time. Like I just have, it's a young girl that comes into one of my into my job. She's like she's 14, and she was dealing with some mental health services through, of course, Medicaid services and different services. And they just went in, and I was talking to them, and they just went in and canceled this baby services because they're saying, oh, it's not needed. It is definitely needed. It is definitely necessary when we have our children that are dealing with so much. And I want to, we have to understand and make it clear. You have adults every single day that cannot deal with life, that cannot handle life, but we expect our children to. And we all, and a lot of us take on that notion of their child. What do they really have to go through? Everything that you're going through, every situation that you're dealing with, every time you deal with something in that household, unless you are completely like a healthy person and you know how to do and get, like, I mean, you own it, then yeah, you probably won't need this advice. But if you are a person that is living every single day, day to day in this world, we all need help. Therapists need help, doctors need, everybody need help sometimes. Everybody does need help. And we have to get out of the space of judging. But when we say, okay, because that's going to lead into what we're going to talk about today, judging versus being held accountable. And I've seen that I have people that confuse the two a lot. And it's not so much as judging a person when you are telling a person their truth. But however, and I'm a person that will tell you quickly, I will tell you all the time. I'm a person that if your truth make you look bad, then you need to make better decisions. I'm not gonna be sitting up there trying to make it seem better for you than you are doing for yourself. I'm never going to pretend as if like, oh no, even if I allow you to still be around, even if you still come around me, I'm not a person that hold grudges. I hold you accountable. So I'm not somebody that dwells on the situation. Once I've addressed that situation has been addressed. You may still be able to be in my presence. You may still come around. We may still talk. It's not going to, it ain't going to harden my heart because of that situation. I just now know how to treat you. Oh, and in doing so, sometimes if you felt that way, why you still talking to me or why you still dealing with me? Because I'm the truth. That's why. And I don't feel that I should have to stop talking or dealing with a person because they can't handle the truth. I don't believe in, oh yeah, let me go pacify this to make that. No, baby. It ain't that. I'm past those stages of doing that. I'm past the stages of enabling. And I do know that, sometimes we be in relationships, we be in situations and we might say, you just feel certain ways and you give people responses, and then those same people will come back at you and they'll almost, it's like they do the deflection and then the blaming, and you go back and forth with that. But it's what we need to understand. We need to get to a space where we have to understand that you have to be able to be accountable. Accountable. It's a word that needs to be learned. Being accountable. You may see it as being judged. However, if that's what you set up to be judged in, you know how it's gonna turn out for you. And I mean, and I don't be trying to be funny when I say that. I am very, very truthful, and I will tell you something, and I mean that. I mean exactly what I said. That doesn't mean that because you did this or that I can't talk to you or I don't deal with you. I can still talk to you and speak to you every single day. We can still talk, but I need you to understand that what you did wasn't right, and that bothered me, and we're gonna address that. That wasn't about judging you. That was about calling out your behaviors towards you, and you realizing and you seeing the same thing that I saw. And yes, and I have a lot of people that don't want to be accountable, and I guess that's where that y'all know that word narcissism comes in. At is when they don't want to take accountability. Hey Annie, Yeah, and it's crazy because I live in this world every single day where whether I'm at work, whether I'm talking to people, whether it's family, you sit around and you hear people, oh, you judging me. Oh, no, baby, no, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. In 2025, I'm past all that. And I mean this with the sincereness of my heart. If in 2025 you have not gotten to a space where you can be held accountable, then you don't need to be around me, period. Because I am going to bother you all the time. My spirit is going to bother you all the time. You're never going to be comfortable around me because I am going to hold you to what you say. And I'm a person that believe in standing on business, standing on what you said. I mean, if you tell me something, and and I guess that's where we go back and forth with that whole trust game, and people want to have more sense than everybody else. I ain't on that. I ain't on it. Yeah, Auntie having a little mini vent sessions. It's been that, but it's addressing issues that people have brought to me and conversations that they've had, and I'm talking about, and it's real within my own, my own relationships, situationships, dealing with people on the everyday, talking to people, talking to couples, talking to youth. I'm just seeing it everywhere. And it's the same thing. It's the accountability, and it's going all the way across the board. Whether they're young or they're old, it's a problem with accountability. And I look around the world and I see that a lot of stuff has changed, and a lot of laws and stuff have been changed to accommodate a lot of people, to allow us or to force us to accept things that we may or may not accept. Now, I know for a fact there are certain things that I agree with, certain things that I don't agree with, which I truly believe that, and a lot of people are that same way. If it wasn't, we wouldn't need to vote. But because of this, I believe that in doing so much of this inclusion. And I remember when they first started doing the inclusion, when I was working for the Hillsborough County School Board, when they were saying the inclusion, they wanted to include, it was including special needs, and it was including everybody in the same, so nobody felt different. And I've seen that that's what's going on in the world. Everybody wants to be included. And I just was like, and I'm all for it. Everybody deserves to be appreciated. Everybody deserves to be acknowledged. Everybody deserves the ability to feel comfortable in the skin that they're in. That no matter what that is, no matter what you identify as, you deserve the right to be happy. You deserve the right to be everything that you want to be. However, and yes, it's a however, and y'all gonna be mad. Some of y'all gonna be mad. However, that is something that has to be done within self. Now, if you are a person that is a wonderful person, and if that is something that transpires from the inside to the out, then you are going to be surrounded by a lot of people. You're going to have haters, you're going to have people, but you are going to have a room full of people that love you. You're going to have people around you that want to see you do great. You also gonna have some haters. You're gonna see the ones that come out the woodwork that want to see if you gonna make it, and the ones that want to tear you down. Of course, you're going to have that. However, but when you have all of that, the one thing that stands true through all of that is self. And if you are a person that is accountable and can handle accountability, then when somebody addresses you with something, you don't even look at that as, oh, they bullying you or they're judging you, because it's something that I've been through. Like I have a saying that I tell people all the time: you can never use against me anything that I've been through. Ever. There is nothing in this world that I have walked through, that I've had to endure, that I've had to survive, that I've had to fight, that can ever sit around me and say, oh, well, girl, no, I did that. We did that. I went through that. I handled that. We had that. It is what it is, baby. But I've been through it. So I know how it can turn out. I know what I don't do or don't want it to turn out to be. So I know that I'm in control of making those decisions to change that. And again, I don't expect everybody in the world to grasp that. However, I do expect, if you want to be a part of anything dealing with me, that you would respect it enough to go in and at least try to deal with those certain situations so that we don't have those type of issues, that you work about on accountability, that you work on being trustworthy. I mean, honestly, I don't see why so many people have to work on being trustworthy when there's but they don't have to work on the word trust. It's a lot of people that use those terms loosely. Same thing with love. I genuinely, and I mean, I tell people this all the time. I really don't feel, there are a lot of people that are in love. There are a lot of people that have experienced love, and they tell us this all the time. But there are not, and you know, there are people that don't even know what love is. And I hear people tell all the time about they want to date a person, they want to be with somebody. Oh, I love them, I love them, I love them. Do you really love that person? Are you in love with that person? Is there an unconditional love? And oh yeah, I love unconditional. It's not true. There rarely are there a lot of people that love without conditions. And I realize that and I see that. And I'm pretty sure we all have some conditions. However, I'm a person that genuinely tries to love a person where they're at in the midst of what they're going through, whether you're homeless, whether you know what I'm saying, living in mansions. I was, you know, they made a joke a couple of years ago that I was the person that I was ghetto enough to sit in the projects and play dominoes, yet I was also professional enough to get up, leave from out there, and go and have a business meeting with a senator. And that joke came about was because I was pretty much hanging out, living in the project, um, doing what I did, you know, doing my thing. And then I would get up every day and I would go and transform into the person that I was wanted to be or was striving to be or that was going to get me into the door. So I would go and I would get dressed and I became this other person that people didn't even know the two sides. Like if you, I got some people right now, if you walk up to this person and tell this person, oh, she'll cuss you out, she'll fight you, she'll do this and the other. They would say, when it comes to the fighting part, I believe she'll stand up for herself. I believe she can hold her own. If you ever told these same people that, oh, she'll, you know, cut, fight, shoot, whatever, they wouldn't believe anything that you say. And then you have the ones that would. And I have to understand, you know, tell people it's because of the crowd. It's your environment. If I go into an environment, you know what I'm saying? If I go out to the club, then I expect an environment club. I expect there to be music and smoke and dancing. I expect there to, you know, be maybe loudness. I expect that. When I go into my job, when I go into a place of business, I expect to go in there and conduct business in a orderly fashion. You know what I'm saying? So I know when I go to work, it's a time and a place for everything. So I do that. Does that make me a liar? Absolutely not. That makes me somebody that can actually, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Not transform, but dang it, I can't. It'll come to me. But I look at life as a performance. Every day that you wake up, you are the actor or actress in a show or a movie, a clip, a story. That's you. So determining what role you're gonna play in that is something that you have the ability to control. So if you want to wake up in the morning and say you whoever and you're gonna do whatever, you have the ability to do that. When you make those decisions, you have to also be able to accept the consequences of your decisions. And we have many people that will get mad at you for holding them accountable for something that they said or they did. Sorry, food break. And that's crazy. Let's see. Listen, I told y'all it's busy. We've been out and about. It's safari time, so we getting ready for the safari. I did do my little nice little walk today. So I'm still trying to catch my breath, get myself together. I'm trying to see. Wait a minute, my phone was dinging. We was getting some. I don't know. Somebody need to tell me how I can get rid of all these emails through Google. Google keep just sending me a bunch of emails, and the more I erase them, the more they're telling me that my mailbox is full. And how the hell do you have a full mailbox? And I have like 4 different email accounts, and each one of these email accounts are all crazily, they're all full. And I don't understand because I'm deleting like hella messages, but they're still there. Like right now, Google account storage is low. They really want me to spend some money to buy some more storage, which I don't think I should have to do when I have multiple emails, especially that I don't even, yeah. Now that we have the Make It Make Sense, we don't even really, that's it, girl. See, I knew I could depend on my Annie. That's right, Annie. That's it. The adaptation. Adaptation. Listen, baby. Them words today. I know them. I know them. But that's it. That's the word, adaptation. I am a person that I guess I should have been a actress. I should have been a star. Well, I am a star. But I should have been. I should have been. I wanted to when I was younger. I wanted to go into movies and stuff. And I still do. That's why y'all make sure y'all go out there and check out church sessions too with Zoe. David Lightman. I mean, he has a few movies. I have sat down and binge watched before, and I laugh. And I'm also going to be in a movie. But listen, y'all go and check him out. Y'all make sure y'all do that. And while I'm saying that, yeah, we ain't gonna let time slip us by. I'm gonna pay attention to the time. I was doing that earlier, and then time literally slipped like right past me. And the next thing I'm looking at my screen, and it's telling me that it's 4:59. And I was just like, oh shoot, I was supposed to be here online. But yeah, we so Miss Anderson, you here and you're very, I know you're very vocal. How do you feel about having like the adaptation in society like right now? Do you feel like people are able to do that, or are they just like cracking under the pressure? Because I don't even see it no more too much. When people actually taking it, and diversifying the roles, they will just, oh, I can't, and it's just, I'm broken. I don't even apply, or I don't know. But I've always been one. I'm the one that at Bill at work, they laugh at me at work because we could be sitting there having a conversation. And like I tell you, I am ghetto, I'm hood, I'm anything you want me to be. But truthfully. And I realize that I will be whatever you want me to be. But again, you have to accept the consequences. You have to be able to handle the consequences. And what's so crazy? I literally just seen that's why I had to look at my arm. Y'all think I be joking when I say this. I literally just looked at my arm. So y'all make sure y'all reach out. That was the reminder for HS Soap Company for Pedro. And you get these cute bracelets to remind you the support of somebody with HS. Yeah, see, look, yeah. I just found this. See, DC, you be right on time too. And I'm telling you, this right here, it is a conversational starter. People will ask me about my bracelets, and I just started back wearing them. This one here was given to me by an Uber driver, and it says Psalms 46:10, God's got this, and it goes right next to my HS Soap Company. If you would like the bracelets, I do have a couple of them left over. I can send them out to you, but he does actually put them. He has the cutest kit when you order from him. He does this, and it has stickers, and it's a cool, fun kit to look at. Plus, you get some health effects. And it helps you out. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and reach out over there to HS Soap Company. Shout out to Mr. Pedro and all your healing. I know he is literally like a firecracker. He has been enduring these surgeries, and he is like a very vocal person for HS. So if you deal with HS, you live with HS. I do. I ain't ashamed of it at all. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. It's very painful. It can be very, very painful. But y'all make sure y'all go ahead and reach out, and just remember somebody else out there that is with you, that knows what you're dealing with, especially in those times of crisis when no one seems to understand. I have been dealing with a crisis for the last month and a half, and it's stress related. It's stress related. Everything that's been going on, the living situations, the studio, everything that's been going on has been causing my body to do these crazy ass breakouts. And I thank God for HS Soap Company, because if we didn't have them, I would have lost my mind. I promise you I would have. I tried so many products and his product actually works. Now, back to the adaptation. So going back to doing that, when I'm at work and when I'm out in public, like I know many of you, they say, oh, you switched up how you act, or you switched up. Yeah, you're supposed to. You're supposed to be able to adapt to your environment. You're supposed to be able to go into a room and feel the room and then act accordingly. And I know that probably don't make sense to a lot of people. And it's like, well, why would I do that? Because you're supposed to go, when you're entering into a space, when you are entering into a space, you are supposed to become one with the place that you are going. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like, I'm going to do something specific. But when you are entering into a place, whether it's a person's life, a person's home, a person's school, a person's job, you have to act according to the rules and regulations of that space that you have now entered. You have to be according to what you are now entering in. So when you do that, you have to be able to adapt to certain situations. And I'm glad you said that word, because this is a conversation I was just having with somebody. And literally this like fits perfectly. It really do. It fit perfectly. That especially in our times right now, we see a lot of stuff going on in the news. We see a lot of stuff going on in the world. You have to be able to adapt. You have to adapt to the times of change. You have to adapt to these new laws being put into place. You have to adapt to certain people, situations. You have to always be at a space of versatility that you can adapt. Even in relationships, sometimes we have to adapt to certain situations, whether we want to or not, but you have to be able to have that, the ability to do that. When you go into a workspace, this especially this part here, y'all can show to y'all kids. I'm pretty sure I was maybe cursing and not cursing on some of the video, but truthfully, we need to teach our youth and young adults adaptation. That there is a time and a place for every single thing, especially when it comes to workspaces and schools, and being able to diversify, diversify that role. I'll say, I look at, sometimes I'll see some the youth, and they're stereotyped about certain hair that they may have and how they act, the people that they're around. And then you'll look at some stuff and you'll see them same little boys with the look. They may have that look of, a thug, or they may have that look of a rap star. They may any of that. But we can never determine what a person is just based off of just looking at them. So you will look on stages and see a person that somebody thought was, or maybe should have been on a corner somewhere selling drugs or doing something, misbehaving. And the whole meanwhile, this is a child that's been sitting in there. He just looks like that. He fed into the adaptation of society. It was society around him. Maybe, yeah, he liked the dreads and he like locks, or he might like a particular thing. But we have to remember that a lot of our youth and young adults are influenced about what around you. Love you too, baby daddy. What's up, Greg? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. We have to truly, and it's crazy. It's crazy that we have so many people that don't understand that they have to adapt to their environments. For instance, I have a young man, and I have a group of young men. I talk about them all the time. They know I love them to death. They my babies, and I tell them I'm gonna be hard on you. I'm not gonna be soft on you, because the world ain't never gonna be soft on you, and I mean that. When you come to me as a mentoree, and you're somebody that needs that from me, I'm never going to pretend with you. I'm not gonna come at you and make you think that it's sweet, because it's not. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you, because the world ain't gonna sugarcoat it for you. And I'm also a person that a lot of the youth and the young adults, they will come and talk to me, and they feel free to talk to me because I meet them where they at. However, I still hold that level where they have the respect, you know what I'm saying, that I could go there with them. I know that I can come down to their level, but I ain't got to get on their level. I know how to come down and speak to them, and I know that we can still be, we can still do what we got to do. I know that when I walk into a room, and it's possible that I do have a background in psychology, and I do study people. I literally walk around and I study people each and every day. I also have a degree in criminal investigation, so I like to study. Um, Oh, good evening, Mr. Showout is in the building. There will be a snippet of the cartoon on Auntie Chris's YouTube channel tonight. So y'all, wait a minute. Listen, he just okay. I just read that and did not know that. Wow. So apparently, y'all make sure y'all tune in to the YouTube channel tonight. And that is Show Out will be, and that's from Mr. Smooth Transitions himself, has created a cartoon that will be a snippet of the cartoon will air tonight on YouTube. Wow. Surprise me. So if you were yourself, if you someone that you want to create a cartoon, you got a graphic design, you have a logo brand, you have an event coming up, y'all reach out over to Mr. Show Out. Y'all know I'm goofy, and he just literally caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting that. It's put across my screen. So I got to be tuned in to YouTube to see my own cartoon. And I'm so excited. I am so excited. And yes, thank you to each and every one of y'all that has been tapping in on the Google page. I really, really appreciate that. Yes, please let's get my numbers up. We are definitely looking for sponsors that would like to be a part of Make It Make Sense with Auntie. Trust me when I tell you, if you're looking for somebody that is not afraid to push your brand all over the world, I'm your girl. I don't mind talking about it. I don't mind trying the products out and using them. I don't mind doing all that. I don't mind giving you a review. I don't mind doing any of that. I don't mind, the promotions and advertisement. I believe that in order for us to make it make sense, we have to work together in order to do that. I want to build something that's bigger than a brand. I told y'all I wanted to be bigger to open when I came out, and I truly believe that I'm getting there. I do. I'm grateful and I'm humble. I really am that I am able to speak out to each and everybody every day. And when I get those opportunities, whether it's in person or online, the opportunity and I get the feedback, and that really does something to me. It got me a little bit emotional. I do have people that have been tuning in, and I have been hearing that they've actually been grasping, knowledge, and they've been getting resources, and that's what I'm here for. That's truly what I'm here for. So just to know that at least one person has been reached through me, I really truly believe that what I'm doing is purposeful. It is a lot of work. I do have a brand that I am I'm promoting, that I am actually hand creating, and it is painful. So if y'all tuning in, y'all get to know the little secret that I do. I have ridiculitis. Uh, Show Out is showing out like he always do, and he get on my nerves. But I do. I was diagnosed with ridiculitis. And it is a nerve pain with compression that goes through my neck and my arms and my hands. I have been losing the ability to use my hands. It started with like the arthritis. But they were like, no, it's not arthritis, the air in the joints. And then it was like, oh no, that's not what it is. And they did the test. I did break my hand. It's been 9 years ago when I was taking care of my mother. And I never did get it fixed or reset. So if y'all hurting yourself, y'all make sure y'all take care of that before y'all get old. I did not do that. And I do suffer with not being able to use my hands. Sometimes I become paralyzed. I can't use my hands. It is affected also by the HS with everything that I have going on. So I have been losing the abilities to write and do certain things. I know y'all seen me last week with my brace on. And so it was my mission that I wanted to create this brand, and I was going to refuse for anything to stop me from doing it. So I have been doing it, and I know I've been delaying and postponing and It's only because I have been trying to do it. We were gonna do it with a sewing machine, but I was like, I wanted to actually create my prototypes just from my hands before I lose all ability to use them. So I actually did it, y'all. I actually did it. I actually came out with my line of my pillows. Listen, and these are actually hand sewn by these bad hands. And if you see, look, that right there is now a look. This is what I'm dealing with. That's what I'm dealing with. All day, my hands, if I bend them, if I use them, they will lock up. The kids think it's cool because they think I'm like Spider-Man. I don't think can't nowhere else come out. But yeah, so I have been working and sewing and I have been doing, and I am super look, y'all think I'm joking. Let's see it's on the roll. And these are the make it make sense pillows. And I listen, these pillows are they're soft. They're very soft. They're very soft. They are, like I said, they're handmade pillows. But these pillows represent so much more. And again, adaptation, being able to accept what you're going through, that when life give you lemons. So with these little pillows, they are reminders. I have keychains. I'm making keychains. We have them for around the rooms. They are reminders that whatever situation that you are going through, it is okay for you to rest. So if you maybe need to take a rest, take a sit back to rethink your life, and that's perfect. Then you can, reach out and purchase a pillow to remind yourself that it is okay to rest, that we need to make it make sense each and every day. And being able to adapt to our environments is necessary in 2025 and ongoing. Teaching our children and those around us that being able to adapt to the room. Now, it does not mean adaptation. Adaptation does not mean conformity. Good evening, Mr. Jonathan. So being able to adapt to something does not mean that you are conforming to that. And I think people get lost in that sometimes. You have to be able to be, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, you have to be able to go in certain spaces that you may not normally go into. That doesn't mean that you have to conform or completely change who you are, but you do have to adapt to the changes that are being made when you're going into this room. If you finna walk into, that's like, okay, they got a sign posted outside. You finna walk in VIP. If you walk in VIP, you can't have. They told you that you can't have cell phones because certain people gonna be in VIP. That means you adapted to that because you used to having that cell phone in your hand. But when they told you couldn't go in there with that cell phone, you put that cell phone down and you changed just a little bit. You ain't changed who you was, but you changed your patterns. You changed what you normally had going on. That's nothing wrong with adapting to a situation. That's just like if I go out with my friends and I know I'm not used to going to a certain place, I'm not gonna go in there. That's like, okay, if I'm going to the club, I'm not finna go in the club and what is it? And it's not being funny. You okay, and I know we see the skits and stuff, but when you go into a club, you don't expect a person to walk in the club, maybe holding a Bible with a mission, with the long skirts on, and they expecting to go into the club and doing a prayer meeting. Like if I'm going to the club, I know I'm going to a club. If I'm going to a prayer meeting, I know I'm going to a prayer meeting. Even though people do it, I'm not gonna mix up the two. I know that when I go to the club and hang out, how I hang out at the club ain't gonna be the same way that I go to Bible study. Maybe the same people though. I'm just saying, but it don't mean that that don't mean. So we do need to be able to adapt to situations. We do need to be able to adapt to change. We do need to be able to adapt to things, but we don't need to lose ourselves in doing them. We need to be accountable in order to. Ooh, okay. In order to be adapt, though, you have to be accountable. And then, unless you're just trying to be a chameleon. Look at him. This man is doing, listen, next month. Oh, all right. So we had a 5 minute She Said music news that will be coming out next month. It's approved. He know to do it in front of all y'all because so I don't tell him no, even though I still tell him no. But no, we're gonna do it. It's time for She Shed Music. That's a part of the Make It Make Sense Studios. Listen, I want to do so much for so many people. I do. I want to do a lot. I do. I do a lot until I go broke. I'm telling y'all, if y'all want to know what be going on with Auntie, y'all can follow me on IG. Y'all can follow me at Auntie. Y'all can follow me on YouTube, Instagram. Listen, I don't. They don't. Y'all gonna be following me on Patreon real soon, and I'm also getting ready to start my school account. And with the school account, you have to go over and subscribe. It's like a Patreon, but y'all have to come on over there. Auntie gonna get live. We're gonna go ahead and have these conversations. This is where if you are a listener or a follower and you would like to be a part of one-on-one style group messaging, talking with more bases, more information provided to you, like my ebooks, my work studies. I'm finna do all of that in the next couple of weeks. It's all finna be released. Everything's gonna pop off. Everything gonna happen. At this point, it is what it is. What is meant to be will be, and I'm going for it all. So yes, everything will be available within the next coming up months. Like, listen, I got so much in store, like for so many people, for everything that's going on. We are preparing. And DC, we coming back. I think they said between Atlanta and North Carolina. But we'll be back in January. We definitely coming back in January. And this time we plan on doing it a little bit different because now we got some time. Now we got some planning. We know what it's like up there. I got some people that we met up in Atlanta that we definitely need to go back and see. January the 2nd of 2026 will be Make It Make Sense with Auntie's 2-year anniversary. And we did start this year off in Atlanta at the Battery, and I truly had a ball. We had some stuff went on that week. Anything that could happen did happen, but we definitely made it make sense. So we will be preparing to go back. And I definitely, I would love to go back to the spaces. We did enjoy that. We did have a nice time there. I would like to do more. Maybe a couple more days because I actually will be on a full vacation this time when I go. Last time I just took time off of work, but no, I will actually be on vacation when I come up there. So I will be able to plan more. We are starting to plan now, so that everybody can get their tickets. If you would like to sponsor, if you missed it last year, you did miss a treat. If you were there, you did get to come out, meeting everybody, and it was our first year. So we were truly blessed that we did get to meet the people that we did. I would also like to go out and do another Feed the Homeless when we leave up there again, because we did enjoy that as well. This time we will have it set up for a teen youth, the teen youth events that will be there. So we will have events for the youth, all youth. If you came out, we went all the way down to 6 months. And we go up no matter who you are. If you want to come in, you want to talk, you need somebody to listen to you. If you got some kids that need somebody to talk to, if they're interested in music programs and art programs, if just all of that stuff going on, it is very positive. It is a good time to come out. I feed you. I provide you with all types of goodies. You also get the information that you're able to take back with you, and go from there. I'm telling y'all, this year I want it to be way bigger than what it was last year. I did. I overspent last year, spent a whole bunch of money. But I enjoyed it. I honestly did. The turnout was, and it was okay. It wasn't a big turnout, but we had people that came out. We had families that came out. We had people that actually brought other people with us that called people. So we do want to make sure that we get this ahead of time. We start planning this now. I have had some other cities that asked us if we would come there. So maybe this would be the time that we can start a tour. Maybe do a couple of cities while we're out and about doing that week. So if you're having an organization, a youth group, churches, schools, whatever you have going on, if you would like for Auntie to come out, or maybe it's something that we may benefit from, If you have something that maybe we can partner up, I would love to do that. I would definitely would love. I'm always, always, always available to come out and speak to our youth and young adults, especially our women. We are getting ready for October. Listen, October is a significant month. October is a very significant month. October we know is domestic violence, cancer, awareness, is mental health. It's just so much stuff that goes on for the month of October. And y'all know that's the pink month. We go pink. I am a cancer survivor. I lost my mother to cancer. My father did also had cancer at one point. I lost aunts to cancer. So it is something that is very, very big. We need to stay vigilant against cancer. We need to support those that are out there. If you have somebody dealing with it, you need to be more of a support system to them, talk to them, sit on the auntie. We can sit down and talk. We just got to make it make sense. We're going to have to really pretty much get band together if we want to survive in this world. We're going to have to band together. We definitely have to make it make sense. We definitely have to make it make sense. I think it's good though. I think that, hold on. Listen, y'all gonna start sending me these letters and then I will post them. But you welcome, Miss Terry. Someone who I had met and we spoke, and she sent me a message thanking me. She doesn't want to be a part of the show, but listen, I don't mind having conversations with people. I don't mind talking. I don't mind listening. I have people all the time that come to my job and when I'm working and they'll start talking and then they'll be like, oh, you don't want to hear that. I do. Because I know what it's like for people not to listen to you or pretend to listen to you. I know exactly what that's like. I know what it's like not having anybody that's really there. I know what it's like when people tell you that they're going to be there, but then there's always something that comes up. I know what that's like. And I want to help us get to a level of comfort. I want us to be able to get to a level of adaptation that we are able to sit in rooms that we normally probably wouldn't be in, that we're able to adapt and to be welcome inside of those rooms when we get inside those rooms. And I want us to, take knowledge and learn, because sometimes adapting to what's going on in the room provides you with the opportunity to actually see what's going on in the room. Like if you didn't have an invitation to come in the room, you wouldn't know. If you went in the room and started acting stupid immediately when you get there, you still wouldn't find out. So therefore, you would need to adapt to certain situations in order to go and be comfortable in that room, to be accepted into that room. And then you should be able to make a decision based off of that, if you would like to stay in that room or if you would like to leave that room. However, when you're making that decision about staying or going, know that when you came into that situation that you had to adapt to, that there was other things that would need to be adapted to. And so as you're adapting to the new role that you want to take hold to, that's in this new situation that you are now taking on, you have to remember that when you go there, the rules are not created for them to adapt to you. Because what they have going on is already been set up, is already in a foundation. That goes into relationships as well. If you meet somebody, if you are invited somewhere and a person invites you out and they tell you, this is what we're doing. When you adapt to that situation, if you are supposed to be in that room, if you are at the level to be in that space, you know what I'm saying? If you have what is going on that's going to hold you in that space, then yes. But there are a lot of people that when they get inside that room is a determining point. That room allows you to know that if this person was able to adapt, or were they hiding, or were they in a costume? Because when you come in adaptation, you're able to adapt to those around you, the energy, the environment. So it becomes a, not cliche, but smooth transition. So you're able to just, flow and do that. If it is something that you are forcing, if you have to put on a costume in order to adapt, That's where we hit the Oh yeah, I go there. We can even do this as a part two next week. When you're able to, so we went from, walking through the steps when we're adapting and being able to be in the room. Now we have, we came from that space and then now we're at the space of adaptation or costume. So are you able to adapt, or do you have to go into a costume and put on a full to be comfortable in that room? And there are people. I'm one of those people that I can walk in the room, feel the room, and I can, what I'm saying, swing, and feel myself and make it work. And then there's people that I know that'll walk in the room and they'll feel awkward, and then they'll try to make that room be about them. And then it becomes, so why would they have me here if they know I don't fit in with everybody, or I don't get along with them, or this ain't what I was expecting, or it becomes that game. And it's crazy that we're in that world, that we're in this world. It is definitely. Yes, but we need to adapt. We need to learn how to adapt to room situations and to environments. That does not allow a person to walk over you. That is not saying, oh, you don't have a say so. That is clearly stating that we need to get to a space in our life, in the world, that we are able to adapt to certain situations. And then, you know what I'm saying? And therefore, a person will know how to treat you. If you are a person that goes in pretending, making up, and doing those types of things, then absolutely not. You're a con. That's not adaptation. That's manipulation. And those two. It's not adaptation, it's manipulation. If you can either adapt to a room and it's a smooth transition, or you're going to manipulate the room. And then once you begin manipulating the room, you may not manipulate everybody, but you will put that in that as enough people have noticed that manipulation's happening to where it's either they don't know if it's you or if it's the role. And then, but again, we'll keep moving on down the line, because after a while, you no longer can pretend anymore. See, if you adapted to the room, you made that transition, you know what I'm saying? So you already knew what it was. It wasn't like you was taking on something that was different. You were able to go in and put yourself where you were supposed to be. A person that is not supposed to be in the room, that has to put on a costume to go in for adaptation. A person that is that gets in, becomes awkward, doesn't, again, that's not a decision that you would be making. You need to make a better decision, because that's not a room you need to be in. But people will go into a room and that go back. Now you're going to a room. When you get in the room, you had an issue, so you couldn't adapt to what was going on inside of the room. Okay, small problem. But instead of you realizing that you were unable to adapt to what was going on inside of the room, you went into that space and began trying to change the space to your liking, instead of either going in and learning to accept what was already set before you, or creating your own. But you don't go into another person's space, into something else that's like that, and create your own havoc because you don't want to or agree with what's going on around you. Listen, y'all, it has been a wonderful, wonderful show. Listen, we will go ahead and tap in on part two next week. For real, adaptation versus manipulation. Y'all know I'm here for it, and y'all gonna make it make sense. I want y'all to make sure that y'all stay tuned tonight. If you need, listen, stay tuned. If you have any other issues, remember, don't forget, y'all reach out to Pedro at the HS Soap Company. Reach out to him. If you having skin issues, this man, listen, he is somebody that you need to talk to. And I'm not just saying that. I promise you, I don't know this man. I've only purchased from him. I did a video with him, and I'm telling you, it's the real deal. Also, Ms. Rena Simone, if you are looking for someone to talk to, beauty and wellness, it's from the inside out, whether it's crystals, whether it's meditation, This lady has teas. This lady has all of this stuff. So you go ahead and reach out to her. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. And again, the man of the hour, Mr. Smooth Transitions Design. Contact today for your free consultation with Show Out. You can reach him at 656-214-9209 and customize your brand today. That's also birthday events, anniversaries, whatever it is. We can create something for you. I meant to post some of the pictures earlier. I didn't because we are literally in the middle of an order right now for an event this weekend, but y'all will get to see the pictures after because it's a surprise. But y'all will get to see that. When life give you lemons, make it make sense with Aunti. I'm your mentor, your host. You can make it make sense with Aunti at 656-216-1373. I'm telling you, and I will answer the phone. Make sure y'all stay tuned at 7 o'clock for Speak That Shit with Zoe and Annie. You guys are the worst follow behind. BFAM News, I will be back at 11. Y'all want to make sure that y'all tune in. We truly thank each and every one of you all for coming out every week. If you have your topics, send them in. I do listen. I'm telling y'all, send your topics in, send your questions in, send your stories in. Auntie gonna tell it. We gonna make it make sense. I have got a few topics that have come in. I want to make sure I get more information before I just start sharing the stories. I was asked to do a couple of story times. So I think I am gonna do the story time. I know some people gonna be upset with me because they was there, but it's the truth. We gonna make it. Ooh, excuse me. We gonna definitely make it make sense. Again, you can't use nothing that I've already been through against me. Before I leave though, I will say this. This is not an attack, but it is a point for somebody. Listen, when y'all deal with people and people stop dealing with y'all, I realize there are some people out here that still will hold grudges. Again, I don't. If you are a person that do me wrong, you can call it wearing out your welcome or whatever. But when I leave, I'm done. And so I will not come back. I had an incident last night at my job, and I just want y'all to know, people to stop. Y'all just immature. I had a female that came to my job last night upset because I would not speak to them. This chick ordered all her food, waited for my customers to give her order, paid for the order, get all this stuff. And because, again, I would not speak to her, this chick actually canceled the entire order on the basis of an employee dropped her debit card on the ground. So listen, before I leave here, I want y'all to stop being childish, stop being messy, accept accountability. When y'all do things in life, y'all will get the rest of the story time, the whole story time. But listen, yeah, y'all got to stop. Y'all definitely got to stop. And especially when y'all be wrong and y'all know y'all do people wrong, to try to get your licks back and all that crazy stuff, or if you're going to go in people's jobs. I like y'all got some sense to act accordingly. Act accordingly when y'all go out there. If you know somebody that work in the fast food industry, work out there in hospitality, when y'all see them, speak to them. Now, if they rude, you know what I'm saying, make it make sense. But I'm just telling y'all, stay tuned for the rest of the show. That was my kicker for this week. Experiencing miserable people 20 years later. That's 20 years later. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned to me next tonight. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all catch Speak That Shit up at 7. You guys at work at 9. I'll be back at 11. BFAM News tonight at 11. Y'all make sure see y'all next week.